Finally, the servers are running fine in the open beta. Yes, guys, free to play. You can jump in right now. There won't be any more wipes, and you can enjoy the monster hunting goodness that is Dauntless. Now, there's not a terrible, too much content in the game, but there's definitely some content worth trying, and it's going to keep you around for a couple of hours. More than a couple of hours. Mainly because of the grind. But I'm going to do like sort of a live, preview of the game. We're going to be talking about it, and I'm going to be playing with this character here. This is my Skynet Games account. If you want to add me, please do. I would love to join with you, Slayers. That's what the hunters in this game are called. But anyways, it's basically a monster hunter game. It's a boss rush game. It's a boss in a box game. You're going to jump down on an island and kill bosses. But first, I want to kind of just walk through this real slow, despite the pace of my talking, and just kind of go over what you're going to be doing, the core gameplay loop, as well as, the Hubtown. It is a social game in a way. I mean, it's online. Can't really say it's an MMO, but it does have a Hubtown, so we're going to walk around this just for a little bit, because the gameplay loop is mostly going to be you hunting and then coming back here and crafting stuff and things. So I'm going to go do that real quick because I just came back from a hunt. So yeah, this is, seriously, this is what you're going to be doing a lot, and this is important. I know you want to just jump into the monster mashing, but seriously, guys, yeah, this is important. Okay, so what we got to do is you're going to be crafting weapons here. You're going to be crafting armor and stuff too. You can also dye them, which is pretty sick. And so we're just going to spam random upgrades here. This is one thing that I want to talk about firstly, and why I'm talking about it first is because it's kind of a negative. And that's, you're just, instead of something like Monster Hunter, where you are really going to pick one type of playstyle and focus on that, this game is going to be more of a toy box without that many toys. So basically, it's going to be like Warframe, where you're heavily incentivized to progress through the game. Actually, you are, literally, you must do this. You got to play with all of the different weapons, and you have to craft all the different stuff and things. So a lot of your gameplay is going to look just like this. I know some people are going to do first looks and things, and they're going to show, they're directly jumping into, some big endgame boss or whatever. Well, I mean, it's a boss rush game, so that's all there is. No, I mean, no, you're going to be doing a lot of this. You're going to be doing a whole lot of this. See, we're trying to get this level up, and this is how you progress through the game. So I'm level 4, which means I just unlocked the war pike, and yes, they recently changed it. The weapons are gated. So this, you start out with the sword, axe, and scythes. Chain scythes, pretty cool. And then you get the axe at level 2. You get the war pike at level 4. Yes, this is going to take some hours. That's going to rub people the wrong way. But the armor progression is going to be pretty similar, I think, to Monster Hunter. It's what you're used to. You have the different sets from the different monsters. They have different little additives, and then you actually have crystal slots, which I can show you here. Go to the loadout. You actually have little slots here, so if you hit infuse, you can actually give them power cells, and you can do stuff and things. So we have all these little bonuses that allow me to play a specific way. Mine's a little bit more well-rounded, more balanced, so that's fine. I'm really just going to go in for that fashion, Dauntless. So we're looking pretty sexy. You don't have a wide selection of dyes or anything, but anyways, this is what you do, basically. You're going to go craft some stuff and things, and then you're going to go back on hunts. And you're going to be fighting the same few monsters over and over and over and over again. So we got those 4 behemoths. You're going to fight those a ton. And then here, you're going to fight 4 behemoths. It's like the same ones over and over and over again. Now, I actually think I got to kill a Charog here. We can actually pursue a Charog. I might want to do that, actually. So you have to look at your dailies. This is another thing I kind of have an issue with. And I know we're just showing the menus and everything right now, but I want to do a longer-winded video. And I think these things are important and often skipped over. So, like I said previously, to progress through the game, you have to level up your Weapon Master. But the fastest way to level this up is through the dailies, which also means that they're gated daily. So it's not technically a stamina system like you would find in mobile games, but since the vast majority of your progression is going to be in these chunks of the daily content, so you 100 Weapon Master experience, you get 25 every hunt. So this 2 hunts means that you would get a total of 150. But then that's the daily. That's it. Then you're back to, doing 25 each. So you got to do these different things. And as you can see, the dailies are different weapons. Use the chain blades, use the axe, or do a certain thing with the axe. Chain blades again, luckily. But the thing is if you don't want to use the chain blade, if you don't want to use the axe, and you just want to hunt with your weapon, your playstyle, this entire game is going to just slap you in the face. So that's a big thing. That's a big departure for Monster Hunter. And definitely more akin to Warframe. The difference, though, is that Warframe kind of a little bit. Actually, do we want these? Yeah, we probably want to do patrol. I don't know. I'm going to maybe we should fight a Charog. Let's go fight some Charog because we need a Charog weapon anyways. But the difference is Warframe as a toy box game has a freaking ton of toys. Also, despite how grindy Warframe really is, actually, you get a ton of toys really fast. And that's coming from me, guys. Yeah, I'm hypercritical about Warframe and games like that. So a game like this, which only has 5 weapons, handful of armors and things like that, the progression is what you're going to be doing a lot in this game. Don't get me wrong. You will be fighting a lot of monsters, but everything else, you're fighting a monster and then you're trying to do progression, which means you're going to be repetitiously fighting the same monsters over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Of course, you can try to get better at it. You can try to improve yourself, try to, you're trying to master the game. Sure, that there's some mastery to be had, absolutely. And we'll get into the mechanics of the game. But I'm just saying, a lot of people are not talking about how grindy this game is. And they're not talking about how, frankly, boring the early game is. Even if you're totally, I guess if you're totally new to this genre of monster hunting, then maybe the pace might seem okay. But the thing is that if you play games like Horizon Zero Dawn or, Bloodborne, which I also put in my Monster Hunter top 10s, those games just have so much more to offer. Now, this is a free-to-play game. It's a free-to-play game, and it's built very much in the image of Warframe, which means we can see where it goes. Eventually, they're going to add new weapons. Eventually, they're going to add new monsters. But here's the thing. They're incentivized to make the game grindy. So we already see that they gated weapons. You get Axe at level 2. You get the Warpike at level 4. So the next new weapon is going to be, level 6? The next new weapon is going to be level 8. And they're going to keep doing this, and it's going to start to feel weird. It's going to definitely start to depart from the Monster Hunter ideologies of the core gameplay loop. So whether you agree with that or not, that's up to you. But I wanted to be the person on YouTube to actually say, I don't appreciate that, I don't like that, and I wish it wasn't like that, but that's the way it is. So my journalistic duty, there you go, I did it. Now let's get into the game, and let's have some fun. Now, performance issues, though, right now we're actually at a locked 60, it seems, or right at 60. A lot of the times it'll dip down. I think it depends. If you're on, like, the wilderness, the one with the trees, it will run pretty bad. And I think it depends on the monster and what effects are happening, but basically, I don't consider this optimization acceptable, and it is open beta, though, so I'm assuming it's going to get better. But then again, if we look at some other games, like Warframe back in the day, was actually optimized amazingly. There's really not much going on here, though. As you can tell, like, the graphics are really clean and simple. You would expect it, I'm just saying, to run better. With one monster, 4 players, and basically a barren island, I would expect it to run a little bit better. I'm also on all low, by the way, with a GTX 970 and a Core i7 Intel processor. You just expect more. Now, where is this monster? Did you guys not use your lantern? Now, there are different lanterns. Mine makes me run fast, so I'm super fast boy. Let's actually, can we use ours right now? Hold V to use, oh, no, okay, or not. There it is, there it is. There we go, fast boy. Only fast for like a couple seconds. Probably shouldn't have even used it. All right, let's get some high ground. Where's this dude? Probably collect some loot. So here's another thing that you're going to be doing a lot. Oh yeah, there's some controversy actually with the cash shop. We'll show the full cash shop after this, but if you're wondering how hard it is to craft potions, it's actually not that hard. It's just tedious, and you will probably have to specifically farm for them, which a lot of RPGs do that regardless. So I think previously said the game has potential to be pay to win. So far, it's hard to say it's pay to win. Like, you would have to really, really stretch your imagination. But yeah, potions aren't the hardest thing to get. I think they will be required, or you're really incentivized to have them. They make you really strong. They're really good, even lower, like, tier stuff, so. But all in all, I think it's fine. All right, guys, let's do some combat. This is the chart. I like this guy. He's like a little fire blastoise. I really appreciate this boss. I think he might be my favorite. He's got some really cool, like, this is actually homing fireball, if you guys can see this. If you guys can see this. Freaking homing fireballs. You got these AoE things you got to stay out of. It really feels like a raid boss from an MMO. Of course, without the massively multiplayer, but still. These kind of boss fights, I think, are really perfect for monster hunting games that are cooperative. So pretty good stuff. You do have iframes on your rolls and your dodges. So basically what I'm doing with this weapon is I'm trying to gain meter in the top left. Gain meter so that I can slot in ammo. So I'm basically stealing Aether, which is going to be the magical resource in this game for all the monsters. So I'm going to slot it. There we go. Now I got one shot. This shot is going to be used for interrupting. Now, I don't actually know what attacks I can interrupt with this creature. It's a lot more impactful with, like, Shrike and things like that. When they're charging towards you, you shoot a blast at them and it knocks them down. So that's something you got to memorize. Memorize the different movesets of the monsters, and when the monsters are vulnerable, when they're not vulnerable, when you can attack certain parts, when not, stuff like that. And you can hit different parts. Now, something very interesting about this game is that there's a lot of monsters, and because they use Aether, they're more magical based, they have a lot more fantastic monsters, fantastic beasts, which I really appreciate. I'm probably not doing that because I'm talking a lot, but you can have monsters that even have movable armor. They have a lot of attacks that do a lot of really weird magic-y things. So, I want to stay clear of the tail maybe a little bit, because I know he's going to do a tail. Yeah, look out for that stuff. You do have roll attacks. You do have different combos. I'll just show you a combo real quick. There we go. Press tab. You can see all your different abilities. As you can see, like, each weapon's going to have, like, two mainline combos, basically. You're going to have your light attacks, which don't take stamina, and then you're going to have your heavy attacks or special attacks, which do take stamina. And they generally are kind of, more specialty. More, either, like, heavier damage, you gain more resource or something. Okay, woo. Something like that. So you got to look out for them. So here we go. This is a cool attack, so you have to actually move with him as he's doing this. All right, we got some, let's slot that. There we go. I don't know if I can interrupt this. I might be able to. Let's try this. Charge it up. Blast it. Nope, the answer is no, and I'm on fire. Rolling. It's rolling, stops being on fire. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you can jump in this game. Not that it really does anything like in Monster Hunter, but, oh, okay. Let's see, I'll just do a range attack here. I didn't know it spit out so far. Holy crap. Holy moly. Drink some Estus, some potions. You do have a limit of 5 potions per slot there. There we go. Now he's pretty weak here. So let's get some wounds here. Oh, no, he's gonna go enraged. Or, no, I thought that was an enraged. That's a big attack. Look out for that, big boys. As you can see, this monster's really standing still. I found that a lot of monsters do stand still. A lot of people say later on, there's a lot of monsters that don't. I think regardless, even the most mobile monsters that I've seen have a lot of stuff that makes them stand still. Okay, so you just saw we broke off a part and we had to pick it up manually. Yes, you do. That does interrupt the fighting. I wish it was automatic, or it all just happened at the end of the game. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. There's a lot of things that just kind of feel strange with pacing. So, and one tragic thing is when you actually kill the monster, if you kill it just as you like break off parts of him, then you can't pick up the parts. I don't know if that's a glitch or not. Kind of weird, kind of strange. But anyways, let's run on through. I guess we're gonna. Oh, okay. Make sure you put your weapon up. You know, holster it there so you can run faster without stamina drain. Pick this up. If you haven't played since the closed beta, they added these vents. I'm sure they're gonna add more environmental things. Hopefully traps and stuff. Because they do have environmental damage, like trees can fall down, things like that. So it'd be pretty cool if we can actually lay traps or, you know, move, like taunt a creature into a trap, like near a cliff, cause a landslide. Stuff like that would really make this game great and allow it to kind of start to begin to compete with Monster Hunter, which Monster Hunter World, that's actually like the full gimmick of that game. So a lot of people kind of don't like the comparisons of Monster Hunter versus this because, hey, this is free to play. But I'm going to basically say this. A lot of people are going to say that this is the Fortnite to PUBG. You know, for Monster Hunter, no. No, it's not. This is really the Paladins to Overwatch. This is an overall lower quality clone, but it does have potential to be really fun. And I think people who like Monster Hunter games are going to want more hunting of monsters. You're going to play this game anyways, which is definitely the case for Paladins. You know, you like hero shooters, play a game with more heroes. Absolutely. Sure, why not? But objectively, there's a lot of things that it's lacking. You know, and a lot of people don't like talking about that because, oh, it's a smaller company. You can't blame them for having a rough launch. And whatever, guys. Criticism is criticism. Shut up and take it, okay? Bite the pillow. Here we go. However, me being the critic I am, I'm still saying I'm having fun, even though I generally hate a lot of grind. Even though I generally don't appreciate the monetization schemes of these kind of games, I'm still having fun. Because the base combat is pretty good. Is it perfect? No. Is it great? No. Some people will say it's great. It's not. It's not as unique as Warframe, obviously. It's not as unique as a lot of other games. Especially being specifically a clone type of game. But some of the weapons are really fun. So I like in the Warpike. I like the feel of that. I like the hammer, actually. So yeah, if you want to know, the hammer is actually really freaking cool. Definitely suggest you play as the hammer. The Warpike as soon as you get it. And everything else, though, is kind of cloned for Monster Hunter. Except for the scythes. I think as a new player, you probably should play with the scythes. Scythes are pretty face roll, pretty fun. You're just constantly, you know, doing the do. It's pretty good stuff. I have no idea when I can interrupt this guy. I legit don't. I don't know what his heavy attack is. I have no idea. We're gonna try to figure it out. Oh yeah, these Aether Vents are actually, you can use these to heal. So, that's pretty good. Ooh. Look out for that guy. Yeah, he's enraged right now, so you gotta look out for this. But you do have roll attacks, you do have some interchanging of combos. The Warpike especially, you can kind of interweave a lot easier. Warpike is pretty awesome. Pretty easy. Whoa, homing. Miss, oh, is there one coming for me? Yeah. Ooh. I have no idea how homing those are, but we're just gonna do the do. No, I gotta learn where I can, you know, interrupt this guy, what I can do with this guy. Oh, baby. Fireballs, man. Freaking Fire Blastoise. Now, you don't see a health drop. There's no health bar. Some people don't like that. It's totally fine. I think you don't really need to know when the creature's low. I mean, you kind of will anyways. You're going to see the scars on him. He's going to act a little bit differently. You're going to see the parts kind of drop off of him. You can kind of assume to an extent. So right there, yeah, I was about to say, you know, you can see the scars and things and stuff. And so there's our first hunt. Now, we're going to do another one with a different weapon just so I can show you guys. We'll play with a hammer, actually. But there's our first hunt. That's a Charog. You get your personal rank, which is a B, but my team overall had an S+. So they did really good. They were probably hitting the right spots. I didn't interrupt as much as I should have because that's kind of like the Warpike can interrupt so good. Now, you're not going to be staggering constantly like a hammer would, and you're not going to be applying that damage, but because of your charge shot and how accurate it is, you know, whenever you do see the creature doing a charge attack, you can knock it down. I wish I could have showed that for you, because there's like some really cool stuff and things that it just looks awesome. It feels pretty good. So Warpike is definitely good. I hate that it's gated at level 4, but it's pretty fun. It's pretty cool. So yeah, the Warpike also has this kind of cool feature where as you're attacking the monster, you're actually creating weak spots. So then when it's kind of a supportive item overall, like, yeah, you're going to do consistent damage because every roll in this game is DPS. There's no healer. There's no proper tank or anything like that. You're not going to be able to really properly taunt exactly, but you do have different weapons that perform different DPS roles, which is definitely exaggerated inside of Monster Hunter. Wish more games did this. So you have your ranged, piercing DPS, you have your smashing to the face, you have your slicing of the tail. You kind of have that with this game. You have your staggering player, you have your overall DPS, maybe the scythes kind of player, your ranged, you have your person that's going to focus on knocking off different parts, things and stuff like that. Now, currently you did just see kind of a glitch here. So Dauntless is having some issues with its launch, but I just did a video saying that the first 3 days were basically garbage. It seems that that's been fixed. I didn't enter a queue. I just jumped in. This isn't peak hours or anything, but it was pretty easy to go, pretty easy to jump in. I've been having fun, right, all this morning, so that's why I wanted to do this video, because I'm a little bit in brighter spirits. I think I'm feeling pretty good about Dauntless right now. But I want to make this a longer-winded video. I want to just keep talking at you guys. I want you guys to know all my full thoughts and feelings. So we are going to do one more hunt. Hopefully fight a different kind of monster. I'll probably pursue a different monster. But if you're wondering about the population, holy hell, this game's popular. This game's doing good. Will it continue to be popular? Well, with the repetitious nature of the game, as well as launch issues and a number of like quality issues, or I guess in terms of polish quality, I think it's actually still going to be popular. It's still, at the moment, the monster hunting game for PC. Now, when Monster Hunter World comes out, I think actually, now this is weird, but because this genre is so emergent, and especially on PC, I think that when Monster Hunter World comes out, it's actually going to make this game more popular. That sounds weird, doesn't it? But it's kind of true. Think about all the battle royales that we've had. You know, it's kind of like that. It might become a trend. I don't think it's going to be like battle royales or anything, but I'm just saying, more people will know about the genre, be interested, and try it out. And so some players might go to Monster Hunter World, but some people are going to learn about this game. All right, so the hammer's pretty freaking awesome, man. We're just going to jump with this one. Now, let's see, this one is Knockout King +2. I kind of want to do a lot of knocking. I don't really know how to with this weapon, but we're going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and equip it. We got it equipped, and now we are looking awesome. We have a freaking rocket hammer. And here we go. Now, when you first start the game, you're going to have some quests. They're not like proper epic story adventure things. It's just like, hey, go kill something. Yeah, that's what's going to happen here. So we're going to go back here. We could probably patrol. Hopefully we don't get a Charog. That would be kind of awkward. If we do, I'll leave the hunt. But basically, this is what you're going to do. You're going to spawn in. You're going to go to the little boards here. You're going to go hunt, and then you're going to come back, and you're going to go craft stuff and things as you get the materials. So if this says Charog over here, then see Charog. Okay, yeah, we're going to leave. Leave. Forget this. I don't want to fight a Charog again. I want to show you the different monsters. But that's kind of also, maybe it's a good thing that it showed that, because you seriously, guys, will be fighting the same monsters. Now, you might say, well, that's how Monster Hunter is. Well, I played Monster Hunter World, and I've yet to fight like the same monster twice. You know, like the story, you just go monster, 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 monster. The progression feels so much better. And that's kind of what I was complaining about in my pre-impressions videos for Dauntless and talking about the monetization, is that because of the nature of this game, they're perverting the gameplay loop of Monster Hunter, which is fight all the monsters once and then repeat monster hunts later on for mastery and harder difficulties. But this game, it's more like you're already kind of just repeating. You're already in the grind. It's already slapping you in the face with its big wet, cock. So I don't appreciate that. You know, I'm not somebody who really enjoys grind in that way. I like the mastery. You know, I'll replay Dark Souls. I'll replay the harder content of a lot of games, Mythic and stuff, Dungeons games. But man, when a game just starts out and you're just already in the grind, like, what the fuck? Oh my goodness. And I see what this one I'm talking about. Okay, so I guess we're gonna have to do, it just said Shrike. No, oh my God, did it just, anyways, so there's some glitches. And as you can see, it's gonna keep saying error, you're gonna keep reloading. And so this is what your early game's gonna be like. At the very beginning of Dauntless, is it's gonna be kind of chunky. It's going to be like, okay, here's an error here. Here's an arrow here. It's going to crash here. It's going to, it's going to feel like a closed beta experience, even though it's open beta. Now, it looks like they're working really hard. The game's popular. People are hype about it. Me saying a lot of the negatives I did in this video, probably going to get me a lot of dislikes, because fanaticism is fucking real, especially with free-to-play games, because, whoa, man, you can not shit on a free-to-play game. I tell you what, not on YouTube. But anyways. So, yeah, dude, even like, remember my video on Radical Heights? People were like, oh man, how can you shit? It's free. I mean, how can you complain? It's free. Yeah, okay, we saw what happened with that. Anyways, but hey, guys, I like this game. Okay, we're gonna try this again. I think the patrol was glitched. I'm gonna give it a couple of seconds next time to update the monster hunt, make sure this works. But yeah, this open beta, these terminologies, open beta, beta, early access, these are dictated by the developers. So I'm gonna tell you right now what state this game's really in. It's really in a closed beta state. It really should be in a closed beta state. They should have more testing. They should have more content, but they need money. They need money. They need people in this game. They need people talking about what's good, what's bad. Yeah. And that's fine. That's fine too. I mean, in a way, as long as you can play it. So yeah, starting with this video, the game is literally playable. But my last video, it was not playable. And of course, it's going to also depend on the kind of person you are. So I think Dauntless is a cool introduction into the monster hunting franchise. It's not as good as it could be, honestly, and I do blame the fact that it is a free-to-play, microtransaction-heavy game, which after this fight, I will show you the cash shop, which is, it's really not that uproarious, You have to have the absolute strictest definition of pay-to-win to call this pay-to-win. It's really just kind of convenience, which, again, they're kind of very much inconveniencing you to sell that stuff. But there's a lot of cool cosmetics. It's basically kind of like Fortnite. It's got a daily cash shop rotation. There's lots of like taunts, or not taunts, but emotes. There's cool emotes. There's cool dyes. There's skins. There's transmogrification in this game. It's all right. As a free-to-play game, I'm definitely going to give it at least 1 thumb up. I can't give it 2 thumbs up, but 1 thumb up. It's good. I give it a Skylight pass. All right, guys, so here we go. As you can see, there's like 3 biomes. There's like a snow one, a desert one, and a forest one. Hopefully there's more. I would appreciate that, like, ASAP. Also, it doesn't matter what the skin of the map is. Like, mechanically, they're the same. They're basically the same type of islands. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Now, I wish this game ran at 144 FPS for me. Personally, it should be running at that, and I play on PC, so, you know, it really should. Anyways, but here we go. We're going to fight the Shrike. Shrike's pretty cool. Kind of wish I fought the Shrike with the War Pike, but we're going to be trying to slam this thing around anyways. Want to throw up a flare so people know where the monster is. Boom, pow, ka-chow. You also get custom flares, BTW. Let's see, see, that one just has an explosion. I have the Dauntless effect, so you can actually get some different flares. Pretty cool. So what's up, Shrikey? So we have a rocket hammer. It doesn't just, you don't just shoot with it. It's pretty cool. You have a Gears of War active reload system, but you can actually traverse around. Oh, snap. I could have interrupted that, but kind of jump up next to him. Oh, I failed the reload. Okay, so I was about to say, you know, I played a lot of Gears of War, so I shouldn't be feeling no reloads, but there we go. That's kind of what you want to do there. Get them reloads going. So you're going to be using your reloads kind of like a gunblade. So as you attack, hold on, can I actually hit this? No. The aiming with this is so much harder than the War Pike. That's one complaint I definitely have. So your right click is a shot. It's not going to do that much damage. You're really going to use that for interrupting, though. Gotta really time that. Uh-oh. I'm getting smashed. Oh, no, I actually survived. So you can actually do a jump attack, which you couldn't see because awkwardness, because, you know, quality issues of the game. Jump attack. Boom. Yeah, that looks cool, right? It actually does some damage. It does some damage. It's going to take ammo. You have to focus on that. Every weapon is different. Every weapon has different resource management and juggling. I appreciate it. Okay, so let's okay, he's going to do an attack here, so let's go. Oh, and it just lies. Okay, normally he charges after that, so trying to learn the patterns here. Do a charge attack. Oh, if you see my hammer light up, it's because it's actually doing an enhanced attack, which takes ammo. Yeah, so again, all the weapons can afford to be a little bit more magical in this game because of the Aether. And we're in an awkward spot here. But normally the environment doesn't really take, isn't really so important. Damn. It's not really generally important. Generally, you're just in an open area. Uh-oh, this is gonna hurt. So he's furious right now, attacks are faster. He has a slightly different moveset, or he just kind of does moves more repetitiously. I don't think I can interrupt him here either. So I'm not even gonna try. There it is, boom, pow. Woo! Now you can actually press Q after you attack to actually refill an ammo. So the hammer has like a lot of kind of fighting game mechanics, which I appreciate. All right, hold on, let's try to interrupt. Just kidding. He does 2 here? Yeah, look out for that. Oh, he's tired. Smash it, dude. Boom, baby. Feels good. Now, hopefully you guys can actually see the gameplay. Now, you're gonna see me get really close to the creature because it's really hard to hit creatures. Oh, I don't have any ammo, so I can't. Yeah, I would have interrupted. Oh, he did it. Oh, nice, War Pike. Good job, dude. You did a good job. So yeah, that's the interrupt. It looks sexy as hell. I appreciate it. I don't mind it. Oh yeah, there we go. Smacking off some different parts. Feels pretty good. I'll show you the moveset for this. As you, yeah, look at this. A lot of information. I would say the hammer's probably the most complex weapon. In a lot of ways. It's complex in the number of keys that you'll be pressing in any like sequence. Like let's see. Like sometimes to do one move as efficiently as possible, you're kind of pressing 3 buttons quickly in a sequence. Where others, it's more like you're just spamming one ability. So or just one very simple chain, despite how complex it looks on the screen. So hammer's deceivingly complex. Just to let you guys know. The other weapons are maybe too simple for my taste, but War Pike and Hammer, they're definitely cool. They're technically the trick weapons in the game. I want more of those. Monster Hunter has a lot of those. And frankly, I would have to say the complexity of this game is Monster Hunter mid-game. Mid-game Monster Hunter, as well as the more fundamental and basic Monster Hunter weapons. Yeah, that's really where this game is at, except for the Rocket Hammer. Rocket Hammer and the very newest creatures in this game are really where I want to see this game go. More trick weapons, more hyper-complex monsters, and I think that's the progression that's going to happen. I don't think we're going to get more simple monsters. Please do not add more early-game monsters. I mean, we're already doing so much of that. Like, we don't need that. So hopefully the progression with this game is a lot more complex stuff. Now, this creature is about to die, actually. Oh, crap. If you bad reload, then this ammo actually does less damage. So look out for that. All right, we're going to run past this guy. Now, I mean, the graphics aren't bad. The graphics aren't bad. The combat isn't bad. A lot of the game isn't bad. It's just not as good as I think it could be, in my opinion, especially since this is a clone. You'd think it would be much more innovative. You would think there would be much more crazier shit, especially that being the gimmick. But later on, you know, it seems like that's possible. Also, it's entirely possible that with the newer monsters and new variations of weapons, they could maybe add in like an extra move or two. So the early weapons could just be pretty fundamentally basic, but it's entirely possible that we actually get more complex variations of these weapons. which I would really appreciate. So, you know, the rocket hammer, maybe we get one that basically turns into a flamethrower. I mean, we actually already have one that does fire attacks, but, you know, like seriously like an actual flamethrower. Or just, you know, adds one ability or two that you can interchain with your normal combos. I think I would really appreciate that. All right, let's see if we can get an interrupt here. Yeah, see, it's so much harder to use the hammer for interrupts, but you do stack that stagger damage more consistently, and I should be hitting the face. I really should be. Which is good. I mean, the hammer should be mobile, right? Yeah, really just smack him in the face. Now, it's not like the hammer's the only thing that can actually do this staggering damage. You know, a lot of, if not every weapon has stuff to do so. It's just, you know, the hammer helps make it more regular. So that your DPS can more consistently do their standstill DPS abilities. Oh, that's one thing I can complain about. Even though I didn't really use a DPS weapon except for the pike, almost actually every weapon, the main DPS abilities or combo chains are standstill. You're gonna get as close as possible to where you're literally inside the creature, and you're just gonna be standing still. You're gonna be standing still and just whacking away, which I kind of don't know how I feel about that, but that is the way it is. There's a whole lot of standing still in this game for an action game. It is going to feel clunky compared to other action RPGs or maybe even other MMOs, but that's kind of the point, is it's supposed to feel weighty. It's supposed to feel, you know, intense like that. It's not going to be for everybody, but... So yeah, as you can see, everyone just kind of jumps on him, just kind of wails away. This thing's going down. We're going to do some massive damage here. Try not to get hit here, you know. Also, because of the netcode, things are going to feel a little bit extra clunky. So with the hammer, since you have to press a lot of abilities all at the same time, yeah, you're gonna notice that sometimes your abilities don't seem to go off. But other than that, that's the gameplay. You know, that's the raw gameplay, live uncut footage, live, right, unedited, unfiltered Skylint commentary. And hopefully you guys really appreciate it. I was definitely heavily inspired by Total Biscuit back in the day. The Cynical Brit, absolutely. I loved his videos where he did this kind of thing. And he really talked about the game, and he really gave it, like, you know, a full amount of, like, heart and thought, and tried to just raw show what the game is really like. So that's what I just did here. I'm trying to follow in his footsteps. Been doing it for 5 years. But there's that. So... now we're going to go into the cash shop, and we're going to have final thoughts, you know, pros, cons, things like that. But I definitely do my reviews based on comparing and contrasting. And you should know that this, especially as a clone game of Monster Hunter, is going to be compared to Monster Hunter World a lot. Free versus $60, but still, you should know Monster Hunter World does actually have updates, new monsters, new stuff getting put into the game. It's got a lot of content. So for $60 versus what this game has, you know, you're going to have to weigh what you want to do. But again, I think that if you like monster hunting, you play all the different monster hunting games, and you should actually check out my top 10 monster hunting games list. I put a lot of thought into it. Wish it got more views. Check it out. I'll put it in a comment if you guys want to click on that. But yeah, you probably play Bloodborne, Horizon Zero Dawn. You definitely play different monster hunters. You're going to play Dauntless as well. You will, because you just want more monsters to mash. Absolutely. So we're going to go check out that cash shop. Being a free-to-play game, that's a big thing that a lot of people skip over. I will cover it right here, right now. And I just want to say, if you watched this far, thanks so much for actually, you know, diving in with me today. Well, you're actually sitting through and listening to what I had to say, because I'm pretty sure I didn't really breathe this entire video. Really wanted to just spit out everything that I possibly could about Dauntless before we move on to other games. Now, I do want to get to the end game. It's a little bit grindy here. I'm trying to get to level 5. I'm trying to get to the highest tier, and I'm going to show you the end game. So that's a video that's going to come soon. I might, you know, it might take me a week. I'm going to Myrtle Beach, actually. Going to be covering a VR arcade. Hopefully get to play some Beat Saber and doing some other streams. So yeah, hopefully you guys don't mind a little injection, a little vloggity there. I mean, hey, I'm trying to inject my personality here. Trying to get you guys to follow, subscribe, like, and check out the Discord and Twitter and everything. All right. Yeah, and besides, we're just loading in here because of constant glitches. So what else are we going to talk about? Anyways, guys, hopefully the audio sounded good. I'm putting more stuff in my room so there's less echo, etc., etc. Trying to get better. Getting a green screen so you guys will see my beautiful face whenever we do these kind of videos, and hopefully you will appreciate that. We are definitely on the grind for 100K. And as a content creator, I definitely appreciate games like this. That's a bias. They can always add new weapons, always add in, you know, new creatures, stuff and things, and it's going to feel real good. I will cover that. So definitely look forward to that. Go to twitch.tv/Skylint to actually, you know, see me streaming this game. But anyways, we're going to go to the store. Here we go, guys. Store it up. We're going to check out the store if it loads. If not, what a tragedy. I'll inject screenshots and we'll just talk about it. It's entirely possible because servers. But anyways, here we go. Finally, we're here. So just like Fortnite, we do have a timed store. This is something that a lot of mobile games do to get you to buy things. It kind of pushes and rushes you to buy things. It's kind of a way to have a sale without actually having a sale. Just limit your cash shop. So kind of heinous, but at the same time, it's not pay to win. So yeah, we get some cool skins. Nito, Rito, get off my lawn emote. You can't actually see the emote or anything, so that could be improved. Overall UI is very basic, but whatever. You know, it's functional. So here's the cash shop that I was talking about the other video where I said it could debatably be pay to win. So here's airstrike beacons. I haven't been able to make an airstrike, so I guess early game is going to help you level up faster. It'll help you win the game earlier. These potions will improve you like 20%, 15% boost to damage and stuff like that, or even higher. It's serious. So you can actually spend some money and you'll get some potions and you will be a better hunter, at least early on. Now, later on, it shouldn't be too hard to go and craft these potions. You should have probably a nice stockpile, but you probably will be using potions. So how you feel about that? I don't know. Now, what is the price of everything? Okay, well, let's go to the platinum. You guys probably want to know. Yeah, they're going to have, all the way up to $100. Holy shit. Yeah, okay. It starts at $5. Now, in my opinion, microtransactions are not $5. Like, $5 should be the highest tier of a microtransaction. Not very micro, is it? Pretty macro. $5 to $100 for platinum. They're basically going to be following Warframe's concept, having really expensive cosmetics and things, and, they're probably going to add more potions and stuff. They probably get, basically every update to this game will most likely focus around the cash shop. But yeah, we have Patreon boosts, so you can have a subscription to level up faster, which means that, and to incentivize that, that's why they locked weapons behind a gate. That's why it takes level 2 to get Axe, level 4 to get Warpike. So every new weapon will probably be level gated. Every new monster will also be level gated. So everything in this game is in some way intertwined with this cash shop, which means objectively, it is a worse overall gameplay loop than Monster Hunter World. There really is nothing to contest that aside from, well, it is free. It's a free game that you can try for free and play for free and eventually get everything for free. However, you do have to work to get it, which means overall the experience is a little bit perverted. If you want to fight about it, if it's worth the free to play or not, I think it's actually worth. Yeah. But as a game critic, I can't tell you that it's the best. It could have just had cosmetics. So yeah, actually, can we actually see the customization here? You get all these different bundles of colors. I think they're probably going to sell better colors later. That's how Warframe also started. Actually, the brights look pretty good. I might actually buy the brights. So $150 for dye customization, which means, yeah, $5. So for $5, you get probably some really cool, adds 10 bright dyes to your collection. Copper Wheel Moonstone, you don't get to actually preview it, which I kind of don't like. And then, okay, so it's $10 per emote. And now you're getting a kind of a feel for the customization for this game and how much it's going to cost. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty all right. It's pretty cool. So yeah, basically that's the core gameplay loop. You're going to fight some monsters, you're going to run around, and you're going to be constantly running into this guy over here, the Weapon Master specifically. One thing that would be great, if you are going to gate weapon mastering, I wish that you could also upgrade armors and things, and that would count towards your Weapon Master level. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. We'll actually test it out here. We'll do a little bit of a test here. So let's just go ahead and we can craft probably another Charog armor. I think this looks pretty cool. Increase max health by 50, or I don't know, man, whatever, man. We'll just make this. Okay, so we'll create it. If it doesn't level up our Weapon Master, then we know. Yep, it didn't. So I wish that, because your armor is kind of a part of your combat, part of your weaponeering. So anyway, so basically you're incentivized to just spam upgrades on weapons and stuff and things. I want a Charog Lance Spear. When under 30% health, deal extra damage. Hey, that sounds pretty cool. So we'll create this. Boom. And then you level up, and then you can upgrade it. Boom. And look, it's not going to move very far. Yeah, see? So you're basically incentivized to keep playing, lots of different weapons, upgrade them, stuff like that. We already said it. Oh, wait, do we actually have a... Oh, yeah, we did a crap. We made a Charog weapon. There we go. Got a little bit more experience. He does give you quests and things. So that's pretty much it for the game. No, every weapon is different, but a lot of weapons are definitely, and a lot of monsters are inspired by Monster Hunter. And in finality here, I will just say that this game can go potentially in some weird directions, in more of a, I want to say like like endgame dungeons for MMOs, that sort of experience, like raid boss experiences. That's not really a Monster Hunter thing. Monster Hunter plays kind of differently. So this game having that style of monster would be really cool, really unique. And there's a lot of other single player action RPGs that are Monster Hunters that don't have that kind of gameplay. So this really would make Dauntless stand out between Monster Hunter and other games. If they go for more of these raid style bosses, a lot of people have saying, yeah, that's exactly what they want to do. They want these big, crazy AoE attacks, a lot of, explosions, homing missiles and crazy shit. I know there's like insect monster. I can't wait to fight that, but that's the direction the game's going to go in. Hopefully the weapons and armor also follow suit. More fantasy, more fantastic, more trick weaponry I want, because at the moment, your first impressions of the game jumping in, it's going to feel really basic. It's going to feel almost lame and dumb. However, this is just the foundation. This is just the beginning. And eventually, as you play through the game, grind through it, and you see that, the new stuff, the newest weapons, the newest monsters, I think you're going to get excited. And I ask you guys to keep the hype alive. Yes, guys, me, who just basically shit all over this game, also know that I also like this game.